picks in 7 rounds. That's what the Seahawks did over the weekend, Brock. I think we've talked a lot about some of these guys, but I want to make sure we're starting to get to know all of them. Mm-hmm. What does this haul look like? Let's go through them, starting with round 1, pick 18, Gray Zabel from North Dakota State.
Yeah, I would say the thing that I've learned, and some of this is maybe even after the fact, and some conversations I've had after the fact, and it is as much as you love all the physical attributes, it's the voice, man. There's some Max Unger. There's some, like, this guy can talk to anybody, right? And and you said this, Salk, and I referenced this a few different times. I hope you don't mind. I was talking behind your back a little bit. But I was like, you know what? The most beautiful thing was we finished with Gray Zabel, and you turned to me, you're like, I've got nothing in common with this guy. My life as a human being could not be more different than this species.
True.
And yet I liked him.
Yeah.
And that is a redeeming quality have. That's a Robbie Tobeck. Right? That is a Jeff Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's man, I can bring this whole room together with my wit, my fun. I'm just likable. And he's got a bunch of that.
Nick Emmanwori, pick number 35 in the second round from South Carolina.
Yeah, so if Zabel was voice, this one's not crazy, but just versatility. And cannot wait. They've not had a piece this versatile. At that size, that body type, they've not had that. I mean, Cam, again, you point back to Cam at 230 pounds, linebacker, second level, third level. Okay, but this dude is even more dynamic than Cam, and that's nothing against Cam Chancellor. Now, will he hit like Cam? No.
You can't. No one's allowed to do that anyway.
That's right.
But the Kyle Hamilton comp is maybe one that makes more sense, just given the style of defense that they're running. And they asked him, like, hey, did they bring that up in the meetings?
Yeah. They say me and him are very similar. But I can still work on some things to get up, to his all-pro level as he is now. But I'm bigger, faster, so things like that.
I kind of like that. Like, I'm not him, but I'm bigger and I'm faster. So we'll see.
And stronger.
Yeah.
But that dude, now do you have the football acumen?
Right.
Hamilton from Notre Dame, all the things they asked him to do then, like
Derwin James was another name that I saw.
Another good comp. Yep.
He's a pretty good player too, right?
Great player.
Yeah.
When healthy, an all-pro kind of player.
Seriously. All right. Yeah. Next pick was number 50 overall in the second round, the tight end Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, and that, again, is just a movement, man. It's just fluidity. That would be the word I would use. He is just so fluid, does things at 6'5", 255 that you just can't do. I saw Lukey Wilson, the old Seahawk, send a little video to him and say, man, you've never encountered anything like this. Wait till the 12's game day, night game, primetime game. Go put your face in the fan, and those people will love you.
Well, he seems ready to go. Here he is talking to the tight end coach, Mac Brown.
Hey, what's going on,
What's
Coach?
going on, man? I'm so damn excited.
Sir, me too. I'm so excited, Coach. Let's get to work. I'm ready.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, send me the playbook right now.
Hey, come on now. Enjoy the night, and then there's a lot of work to be had, man.
Yes, sir.
He's ready. Send him the playbook immediately. Don't even wait.
When he's running verts, when he's running corners, when he's running deep overs, there is just a fluidity that's different than A.J. Barner or others.
Because he's the one pick where I was like, I kind of would like to go offensive line. I bet he's going to end up being my favorite pick from this draft when it's all said and done. Like, if there's something they liked about him enough to take him in that spot, I think that we're probably going to end up loving him. Obviously, we spent a lot of time today on the 1/3 round pick, number 92 overall, Jalen Milroe from Alabama. If it hits, it's the best pick in the draft. Otherwise, it's a third round pick that didn't work out.
Yeah, and the floor is maybe he becomes a joker. Maybe he becomes a little H-back. Maybe he becomes a Taysom Hill. Maybe he's your QB run guy. Like, the floor is still, I think, high enough to be worthy of that 92nd pick.
All right, we've spent a lot of time on him today, so we'll maybe keep moving. Rylie Mills, pick number 142 in the 5th round, defensive tackle from Notre Dame.
Yeah, just a grinder, and you look at like a 6'5", 290-pound white defensive tackle, and you're like, just grinder. Just use these adjectives and narratives, and you're like, no. Go to Bruce Feldman's Freaks List. Go look at who squatted 600 pounds and who cleaned 400 pounds. And this dude is agile too. He is not as stiff as maybe he might be stereotyped to be, Salk, and he's going to slide up and down that line of scrimmage, and his football acumen.
He's not an
IQ.
edge DN though, right? He's more of the like Leonard Williams
5
kind
technique,
of DN.
Yes, just kind of different. Be able to. He's not as big as Red Bryant, but kind of slide around, and he's bigger than Michael Bennett.
Okay.
But just kind of blend Red Bryant and Michael Bennett, and throw some football acumen in there, and you probably get that kid.
Next pick in the 5th round, their second of 3 there, 166 overall, the wide receiver from Colorado State, Tory Horton.
Yeah, make sure we ask DJ about him because I don't know why he fell to 166. I'm trying to figure that out.
Injury?
I've asked a few questions, I guess, right? But that doesn't always, I mean, ACLs, I guess that's probably it. Scare people off enough. But he still came back and ran like 4.41 and was disappointed because he feels like he's a 4.3 guy. And Salk, I watched him against CU 2 years ago in the field. You want to talk about Shadeur and Travis Hunter that night, best player on the field. Like they couldn't, I think he had 14 catch. Like they could not stop that guy. Dynamic punt returner as well. So now, where last year you felt like, did we have anybody that can return punts? Now you signed a free agent that's really, really good off the streets doing that, and this guy will come and push right away for that opportunity.
All right, and you knew they were going to take a wide receiver at some point, so they do
100%.
it. Interesting that it wasn't until the 5th round, but maybe because Arroyo was such a pass-receiving kind of tight end, maybe they felt like they could wait a little longer on that.
I think they had 3 in the 2nd round that they liked.
Those are gone.
Just the board didn't speak that way, and none in the 4th, and end up getting.
All right, so then you take the fullback. He's listed originally as a tight end with their final pick in the 5th round, Robbie Outz out of Alabama.
Yeah, I know nothing about Robbie other than I loved his dunk tape at like 270 pounds, dunking a basketball like effortlessly. So just one of these, height, weight, strength, any of these Nike Spark or the other RAS, all the metrics.
He was a blocking guy, right? I mean, barely caught the ball.
Correct. Hey, so you know what? Cement mixer head, go block that guy.
Yeah.
And do it with a lot of force. And so, there's going to be some collisions between him and Mr. Russell that he'll be competing with for that kind of role.
All right, then one pick in the 6th round, Brock. It's one of the guys you profiled, Bryce Cabeldue. Bryce, excuse me. I want to call him Bruce. Bryce Cabeldue from Kansas.
So this guy started 49 games. I'm looking at my board. I had Kansas last year. He was a starting left tackle. Last year, after starting at right tackle the previous 3 years, he looks like he's 33 years old. When you see him at rookie minicamp, you're like, there is no way that you're a rookie in the NFL. Has been so doggone durable, so athletic, kind of raised up on a great offensive line the last couple years. You've mentioned the name Pooney a bunch of times. This would be Pooney. Pooney was a tackle at Kansas, slid in, started and played at a high level for San Francisco. This is a guy that profiles the exact same way, but is even more athletic than Pooney was a season ago to San Francisco.
So why in the 6th round as opposed to Pooney in the 3rd?
That's a good question. I think that's a fair question. Maybe not as powerful, maybe he doesn't have as much anchor, to play on the inside. Not at, he's 6'6", he's 315, so almost a very similar build to a Zabel. So, maybe that would be the question. Is there just enough stoutness? But the guy can move, and he's going to get an opportunity.
We got 3 more to get through here quickly. The 3 7th rounders, running back, Damien Martinez, Miami.
Just a monster, man. 4 yards after contact per carry. He beat Oregon single-handedly. When they beat Oregon and knocked them off a couple years ago down in this Civil War in Corvallis, literally, so they ran the ball, I think, 29 straight times to end the game. I'm running it here, and you still can't stop me. I think taking him in the 7th round smells like Chris Carson. Smells like, hey, man, you're going to be right there on the razor's edge of ever playing this game professionally, and you better bring it every single day. And if he does, got some unique set of skills.
All right, the other offensive lineman, Mason Richman from Iowa.
4-year starter, 51 games, 51 starts, 4-time academic All-Big Ten. Also looked at him athletically, not like some of the others in this draft class, and that's why he's in the 7th round.
And then finally, last pick, Ricky White, wide receiver from UNLV and special teams ace.
Yep, we talked about him last segment. It's just, to me, being the kind of a Schneider pick. Not where you start, it's where you finish. I've never seen in all my 19 years of college football a guy that blocked 4 punts. And in that Mountain West championship game, he scared the daylights out of Boise State. They were like, we have to figure out where this guy is. We are not letting him block a punt. That's quickness. That's instincts. He's got some fun stuff. And compared to Donald Driver, who was a late-round pick in Green Bay for John years ago, that would be pretty neat if he can go from this 7th rounder to a Donald Driver kind of.
All right. Well, there you go. Those are the 11 selections the Seahawks.
Well, we really do appreciate you guys watching our videos.
And remember, you can like it, you can subscribe it, you can download the Seattle Sports app so you never miss a minute.